welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah.
You sent in these lyrics for Deep Dive
Mhm.
by ATA.
Yeah.
And wow, these lyrics are really something.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're going to try to unpack all the different layers and meanings
Okay.
and see what they tell us about ambition, and being isolated
Okay.
and finding your own way in a world that's full of
Oh,
distractions.
yeah, that's a big one.
Right.
Right.
It's huge. Well, and what's so interesting about these lyrics is how deep diving.
Yeah.
It works on so many different levels.
Okay.
It's about going after these big goals, but it's also like a metaphor,
Uh-huh.
for going deep inside yourself, which can be just as hard and rewarding.
I love that. And it starts right away, at the beginning. The
Yeah.
imagery of drifting away and the city feeling empty at night. It's
Mhm.
it creates such a specific mood.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It
Yeah.
really sets the stage for this
Yeah.
tension between ambition and isolation that runs through the whole song.
I mean, in the first verse, the singer's talking about pushing themselves to reach the top,
Yeah.
even if it messes with their head.
Right.
But there's a cost to that.
Yeah.
The higher they climb, the more the people around them seem to disappear.
Yeah. That line about companions fading away like they have altitude sickness.
Right.
I mean, that really hit me.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful image for describing how lonely it can be
Mm-hmm.
when you're trying to achieve something really incredible.
Yeah.
And, you're someone who analyzes these really complicated systems and all this data.
Mm-hmm.
Does this resonate with you at all?
It really does.
Yeah.
Think about any field where everyone wants to be the best.
Right.
Like science or pro sports or even creative, so like music.
Yeah.
There's often this really intense focus that's needed and that can make you feel isolated.
Yeah,
It's not like people are trying to leave you out or anything,
Right.
but the road to the top can be pretty lonely.
But do you think it's always about people literally leaving?
Mm.
Or could it also be about letting go of things that hold you back?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe those companions that are fading away.
Yeah.
Maybe they're symbols for distractions that we need to get rid of
Oh, that's a really cool way to look at it.
to reach our goals. Right.
And it actually kind of fits with how the lyrics then shift to what's going on inside.
Okay.
There's this feeling of being fragile.
Yeah.
The singer talks about shoddy construction
Right.
and being afraid that their lives will fall apart.
It's like they're putting on this brave face.
Yeah.
But inside, they feel like everything could just crumble.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that imposter syndrome feeling that so many people have.
Oh, totally.
You're trying to achieve these amazing things,
Mm-hmm.
but you're terrified that you'll be exposed as a fake.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the city itself reflects that inner turmoil.
That's a great point.
Right.
The city at night with its mismatched traffic lights and all the crazy energy, it becomes this powerful symbol for how the singer is feeling.
Yeah.
We usually think of cities as places full of opportunity and excitement,
Right.
but the way it's described here shows us the other side of that, the anonymity, the loneliness, feeling lost in the crowd.
Exactly. They're surrounded by all this action,
Yeah.
but they're still searching for something real,
Mm-hmm.
something to ground them.
Right.
And that's where this whole idea of fleeting moments and toxic obsession comes in.
Yeah, that's a big one. And the second verse really gets into that. This
Mhm.
whole idea of moments that just slip away,
Right.
almost like a warning.
Ah.
There's all this imagery of flaring lights that vanish as soon as you see them.
Yeah.
Smoke and shadows hiding the truth. It's like
Oh.
your senses are overloaded, but it's all temporary.
Mm.
And it just leaves you wanting more.
And then there's that line, remember fleeting moments turn to toxic obsession.
Ooh, yeah.
That one really hits hard.
It does.
Especially in a world where, we're constantly bombarded with information.
Right.
Highlight reels the pressure to always be on,
Mm-hmm.
It makes you think what are we even chasing after?
It really does. Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
The song seems to be saying that chasing those fleeting moments,
Yeah.
whether it's internet fame or fancy stuff or even just people telling you you're great,
Right.
it can lead you down a path you don't want to be on.
Yeah. And I see that connecting to those hypnotic neon signs.
Oh, yeah.
You're drawn to them, but they might not take you where you really want to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the siren song of instant gratification.
Exactly.
But it's not all about the outside world, is it?
Right.
Because then the lyrics take us on this journey from LA to Paris,
Uh-huh.
which feels like a whole other level of searching.
Yeah, what do you make of that part?
I know, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, this journey to these iconic cities,
Mm-hmm.
it could be seen as a search for meaning or even escape. But then the singer ends up right back where they started,
Oh, wow.
in their bed, facing reality.
Huh.
So even after all that travel, after experiencing these supposedly glamorous places,
Yeah.
there's still this emptiness, this feeling of being lost.
It's like they're trying to run from themselves.
Right.
They can't escape their own struggle.
Exactly. And I think that's something a lot of people can relate to today.
Oh, totally.
We're constantly told that happiness is about achieving things or traveling or having amazing experiences.
Right.
But the song seems to be saying that real fulfillment comes from looking inside,
Yeah.
from facing those internal struggles instead of trying to run away from them.
Absolutely. And that brings us back to that idea of deep diving
Mm-hmm.
as a metaphor for exploring your inner world.
Right.
And that's not always easy, is it?
No, it's not.
I mean, the last verse talks about struggling with emotions,
Mhm.
feeling like you're drowning, even as you go deeper.
It's like a paradox, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Self-discovery can be painful. It can feel like you're suffocating under all your emotions.
Right.
But even in those moments of struggle,
Yeah.
the lyrics suggest that there's still this determination,
Mm-hmm.
this commitment to keep searching, to keep diving deeper.
Yeah, I see that.
The line, "A diver submerged, even if I struggle with emotions, I'm searching for something."
Mm-hmm.
That one really stood out to me.
Yeah.
It's like they're acknowledging how hard it is,
Right.
the messy reality of facing your own shadows.
Right. Mm.
But there's this underlying hope
Yeah.
that something valuable will be found in the depths.
Yeah, and that's what I think is so great about this song. It doesn't like pretend the darkness isn't there or try to hide the struggles.
Mm.
It embraces them, like
Yeah.
they're part of the journey to becoming your true self.
You know, it's funny, as we've been talking,
Yeah.
I keep thinking about all the times we take those deep dives in our own lives.
Mm-hmm.
Those moments when we push ourselves outside our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Whether it's in our work or relationships, or even just trying to figure ourselves out.
Right.
What resonates with you most about this idea of deep diving,
Mm-hmm.
especially with all the data and patterns you work with?
I think for me, it's about recognizing that discovering something new,
Okay.
whether it's about yourself or the world around you,
Yeah.
it's hardly ever like a straight line,
Right.
There are going to be times when you doubt yourself, when you hit roadblocks, even times when you feel completely lost.
Right.
But the important thing is to never stop searching,
Yeah.
to keep asking questions, to keep diving deeper, even when it's scary.
It's like the song is saying it's okay to embrace the mess,
Yeah.
to admit that you don't have all the answers, that the journey itself, the searching, is just as important as where you end up.
All right.
Maybe that's where real authenticity is.
Mm.
Not in that perfect image, not in those fleeting moments of approval,
Yeah,
but in the messy, complicated reality of who we are,
absolutely.
struggles and all.
And I think that's why the song is so powerful.
Yeah.
It speaks to something we all experience,
Mhm.
no matter who we are or what we do.
Right.
This longing for meaning,
Yeah.
this struggle with ambition and isolation, this search for something real in a world that often feels fake.
It's amazing how AT put all of that into a song
I know, right?
that's both catchy and makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds us that music can be so much more than just entertainment.
For sure.
It can be a mirror reflecting our own lives,
Yeah.
a source of comfort and inspiration,
Mm-hmm.
even a way to discover who we are.
Absolutely.
That's a great point to end on.
It is.
So to everyone listening, we encourage you to go check out Deep Dive by ATEEZ.
Yes, do that.
Let the music and lyrics wash over you and see what speaks to you.
Mm-hmm.
What are your summits?
Yeah.
What are your neon signs?
Right.
And how do you handle those deep dives without losing yourself along the way?
That's the question.
Keep searching, keep exploring, and keep diving deeper.
Yeah.
Until next time, this has been The Deep Dive.